Be charismatic. It is statistically proven people who are more charismatic attract partners they actually love, land jobs that are fulfilling, that make them more money, and live an overall happier life. If you look at me, I'm just a regular dude with a messy haircut, and I just like to yap on camera. But I've been through some shit, and so I reckon I could teach you a thing or two about being charismatic, right? Look, you don't even need to be very charismatic. You just need to be a little bit charismatic because no one in our generation actually has charisma. So do yourself a favor, watch this video because your future self will thank you for actually taking this stuff in. Now the funny thing about charisma is it is actually pretty easy to achieve. Society is set for you to develop it for the first 15 to 20 years of your life. You're placed in a building, your school, surrounded by hundreds of people your age, same environment, same energy. It's basically the perfect place to develop social skills, humor, and personality, right? The exact things that make you charismatic later in life. Now you get so much time to talk, laugh, experiment, be loud, be creative, be confident, take part in things, right? There's no way there's no way we could mess this up as a society, right? Unless we actively discourage that, which is exactly what happens. Now you're told to not talk too much, to not be loud, to not stand out, to not be too much. So what happens? People start holding back. They stop expressing themselves. They stop being authentic. You know, Coach Carter. That line from that one movie. That line from the movie where that player tells him about his biggest fear. That's what this is all about, right? I just watched that movie. It's a very good one. Yeah. So now that's why people who become charismatic are usually the ones who didn't follow all of that. The ones who talk a lot, the jokers, the class clowns. Not because they are loud, but because they are willing to express themselves without overthinking it. They got more reps and they practice being themselves. Now, yeah, you can be a well behaved person and still develop charisma. But it is quite obvious when someone has it. You talk to them once or twice and you're like, damn, this guy's fun to be around. This guy's different. So, yeah, let's go over a story. Like, one of the experiences I had. A few months ago, I was out with one of my boys. Let's call him Chad. Me and Chad are at this cafe, just ordering food. There's this really attractive girl at the counter. So I was about to order, but he steps in front of me and starts talking to her. Not in a try hard way, just natural. And I'm watching. His tone is relaxed, slightly playful, and instantly you can tell she is into it. She's smiling more, holding eye contact longer, just more engaged. And the crazy part, he's not even doing anything insane, it's just his energy. When you're around him, you feel more confident, not arrogant, just solid. Yeah. Now we sit down, we eat, and later go back to return something. She sees him again, and boom, same thing. She lights up instantly. Now we're leaving, and I'm like, bro, she was clearly feeling you. Why didn't you do anything? He just shrugs it off. So I ask him, how are you like that? That confidence, that charisma. Tell me about it. Give me your secret. He tells me that there are only two things he thinks about. First, that he actually wants to make people around him feel good, right? And second, he genuinely doesn't care what they think about him. That's it. When he said that, I thought, yeah, that's true because if you really think about it, that's what charisma is, making people around you feel good. Now, most people do not remember what you shared, they remember how you made them feel. So the next day, me being Albert Einstein, Isaac Newton, I had to test it, right? So I went out somewhere with people around. I had one intention, I'm just going to make people feel good. I didn't have a script, no lines rehearsed or no plans. If they smiled, it was cool. If they didn't, I do not care. I do not give a shit, right? And apparently, that was the best thing I could have done because that is the foundation. You can learn techniques, but without that intention, it just feels fake. And you've probably seen fake charisma before. People who force compliments, who try too hard, who are overly nice. It just feels off and weird and it just repels you, right? So now here's the difference. You don't fake it, you just express what's already real. If you think something good about someone, just say it. That's it. And then there's banter too. Yeah, banter is one part of charisma. If you're close with someone, you can easily joke with them, like not insult them. Like we boys, we do insult each other as a banter, as fun, but not in the offending way, right? You do not try to look smart. You just have a playful energy because that shows you're comfortable being around yourself. Now, here's something most people miss. If you really want to stand out, listen. Like actually listen to people because they love talking about themselves and their interest. And if you can sit there, ask good questions, and genuinely listen to them, you're already ahead of most people, right? That's what my friend did. We were talking, and there was a story I was telling him, and I finished it in like 2 and 3 minutes, and he stretched that into a conversation for like half an hour, and all he was doing was listening and asking better questions. Now, communication is everything, right? Your tone is your energy, shows your energy. How slow you speak shows your confidence, and how you listen that builds up connection. But there's something even deeper than that. There's something much more important: authenticity. Because charisma without authenticity it doesn't really last. Now, think about it. Would you rather be around someone who's perfect, guarded, but he's fake and guarded, like he's not his real self, he's someone else, he's wearing a mask. Someone who's flawed, but he's genuine and he's real. Exactly right, imperfect person. Right? Yeah. Now, authenticity builds trust, and trust builds connection. For example, let's take me, right? I can sit here and talk like this, like for a long time. I've done this a lot. But in real life, I still have moments where I think, I get awkward, I stutter, and I do not hide that because I'm not trying to seem perfect. And when you stop trying to seem perfect, people relax around you. They feel like they can be themselves. And that is the whole goal, right? That is the whole point of charisma, to make people feel good and bring out their real selves. Now, if you can make someone feel that they can be 100% themselves around you, they'll want to be around you all the time, right? So that sums up charisma. One last thing, yeah. You're not meant to connect with everyone. Think of it like this: you and me are going on a trip, Bali or Dubai. You're picking based on what you value. You value luxury, you'll choose Dubai. You value relaxation, calm, simplicity, you'll choose Bali. That's the same thing with people. You're not for everyone, and that's a good thing. Charisma isn't about impressing everyone, it's about deeply connecting, knowing people on a deeper level who are the right ones, like the right people, right? Stop trying to be liked by everyone because no one can be liked by everyone. Everyone has someone who hates them. Like if you are important, start focusing on being real with the right ones. At the end of the day, charisma isn't some talent you're born with. It's built through expression, experience, intention, and authenticity on top, right? I'm not a guru. I'm not a coach. Right? I'm just someone figuring out life, just like you, through experiences. And yeah, thought I could share this. So if you take anything from this video, let it be this: that you stop overthinking, you start expressing yourself, and you focus on how you make people feel without caring about their judgment. That's it. I'll catch you in the next one, right? Subscribe, like, or else I'll find you. I'll hunt you down.